today. He's out and about with a delivery van. Where are you today, Keith?
Hey, well, I'm out in one of the largest trucks in the world today. I'm actually getting covered in twigs and trees and everything. It actually weighs 30 tonnes. It's capable of pulling up to 200 tonnes, would you believe? Pete's the guy who's driving me this morning. Morning, Pete.
Morning.
You all right?
Yes.
He's looking well. We've got a smashing morning lined up for you, bringing us into the city of Blackburn this morning. Gee whiz, I didn't realise it was so big. We've got crowds, we've got everything happening this morning. And with us, our special guest presenter from BBC Radio Lancashire, Russell Hayes. Come over here.
Hello,
Nice to see you. We've got, Russell and I have got this little trick. Should we do it? We have to do this, you see. And then you're going to shake hands with people. How are you this morning?
I'm all right. Great to be here, Keith. You couldn't have picked a nicer day, actually. A lovely winter's day here in Blackburn.
Has the snow been bad up here, then?
It's been terrible all week, actually. It's got a little better today and yesterday, but it's been really bad all week, actually.
But we're going to cope, aren't we?
We are indeed, yes. I got my wellies on. Do you like it?
No, do you like my yellow? I've got my yellow ones on this morning. Anyway, we are out and about. We're in the city of Blackburn. Would you like to reveal to the local people where we are?
Yeah, where exactly we are. If you want to come down, you're very welcome. It's a lovely day. We're at Queen's Park in Blackburn. We're at the Shadsworth Road end near Queen's Park Hospital. So come down and see us. Loads going on, isn't there, Keith?
And there's the park itself. Look at the weather this morning. In the distance there is the pond, believe it or not. It's frozen. But if it unfreezes, we might see the ducks a little bit later on. Anyway, we are out and about if you want to join us in Queen's Park in Blackburn. Russell and I are here right the way throughout the morning. We'll see you back here very shortly in about 15 minutes or so, Mike. You all right? Hey, hello and a very warm welcome back to Blackburn! Little bit of Mighty Mouse for you. We've got some real Mighty Mice here this morning. Give us a wave to everybody at home over there. Give them a big wave. Shows your teeth. Great. All comb your hair because you're on the telly. That's it. Now show everybody you've got clean hands here in Blackburn. Hey, look at that, they're mad. Give us an H! Give us an E! Give us an L! Give us an L! Give us an O! And what do you want to say to everybody at home? Yeah, it's a very snowy Blackburn here this morning. The mist is coming in, but who cares? We're in Queen's Park this morning, and with us, we're very honoured to have a very special guest. He's mad, he's agreed to stay here all morning. From Hot Chocolate, Errol Brown! Yeah! Good morning, Errol. Nice to see you there. It's cold this morning, isn't it?
It's early as well.
Yeah. Are you used to these early mornings then?
No, I never get up before 1 o'clock.
Are you a bit
Just for you, I got up a little earlier today.
I've always wondered, actually, because when you watch pop stars on the telly, you see them once a month on Top of the Pops, you hear the records on the radio. I mean, what sort of things do you do the rest of the time?
Sleep.
No, you're a busy man, really, though, aren't you?
Well, there's lots to do. You know, I have to write songs and rehearse and record. A lot of things to do.
Does it mean you spend much time at home or not?
Quite a lot of time, apart from when we're on tour, you know, which then we're away for a little time.
Have you ever been to Blackburn before?
We were here just before Christmas in concert.
And what are this lot like as an audience, then?
Great.
Hey, are you a good lot, then, are you?
Nice.
Yeah! Has anybody here got a question for Errol? Very quickly, because Errol's going to be with us all morning. What's yours?
How long does it take him to make a record?
What's your name?
Stuart.
Stuart, hang on. How long does it take you to make a record?
It varies. Sometimes it can take quite a while, say 3 months, sometimes a month, you know, it depends.
We're going to be hearing your brand new one this morning, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Errol's going to be here all morning, signing your autographs, having a chat to you this morning. If you've got a question to ask him, come down and do it. I'll tell you what, have you ever wanted, apart from singing, to do something on the telly? Have you ever wanted to have a go at presenting or perhaps doing something unusual? What have you wanted to do?
I like to be Mike Reed, really, because that looks like a very easy job. You know.
I'll tell you what, you can be our Mike Reed this morning. Would you like to hand over to Russell Hayes from BBC? All right, the big star bit coming on now. Away you go, Errol.
Ladies and gentlemen, Russell Hayes!
Hey!
Thank you. I think we could do with a cup of hot chocolate in this weather, actually. But you can't come all this way to Blackburn without seeing some traditional Morris dancing from Lancashire. So behind me here we have the Stockport Hatters. I would take part myself, but for me wellies. But they're going to do a dance which is called Fosbrook's dance. Quite interesting, actually, because it's an interesting story. Fosbrook is the great-grandfather of one of the members of the team. So here they are with Fosbrook's dance, the Stockport Hatters. OK.
Smashing! Thanks very much to the Stockport Hatters who have come all the way this morning from Manchester. Was it worth it? Yeah, good news. Yes, bit of traditional Lancashire Morris dancing. Pity Morris couldn't come, really, innit? Anyway, we are out and about this morning. We're in Blackburn, we're in Queen's Park if you want to join us. Lots happening here this morning. We've got Errol from Hot Chocolate, we've got games, inflatables, and if the weather clears up a bit, a parachute is going to come from that sky up there and meet me down here. But in the meantime, that's all from us. We will see you back here very shortly. What's happening in the store, Mike?
Well, I was thinking about swapping jobs with Errol, actually, after that.
He's here, actually. Errol, come
Is he?
over here.
I can do all the bit, you know, Keith. Heaven's in the backseat of my Cadillac.
He's doing impressions of you.
He's got to give up that singing. He's got to give it up.
What do you think of the guitar playing? That's something he does a lot.
What guitar playing?
He's having a go at you, Mike.
You're lucky you're all that distance. How are you, Errol? You all right?
I'm very well.
Good luck with the new single.
Ice, the snow, and a bit of mist as well. Welcome back to Blackburn! A huge crowd here this morning. Heaven knows where they've all come from, but they're all here down this morning, and those two famous television personalities are here. Yeah, Jarton and Pats are over the way on our inflatables, so you come down and have a little bounce on one of those. Look at that lot waving. They're all mad here. And our special guest presenter is here today. Yes, Russell Hayes from BBC Radio Lancashire.
Nice to meet you again, Keith.
I know, yes, one of those. Hey, look, when I was driving in, I noticed some funny names of places around here. I mean, there's one, is it Quernmore?
No, that's actually Quirmer. There's a lot of very odd names around here, actually. Yes,
Yeah,
that's Quirmer.
Well, what about, is it, it's E-U-X-T-O-N. Now, I'd pronounce that Yuxton.
Yeah, well, it is actually Exton, so that's how you pronounce that.
What about Samlesbury, then?
Samlesbury. Oh, there's an airport there. It's actually called Samlesbury, that one. Yep.
And Goosnar?
Goosnar, they make nice cakes. That is actually Goosnar, you got that right.
Oh, great, good news. And I think it's Hog... I can't even pronounce it.
Ah, yeah.
Hogton.
Now, that's Horton. There's a Horton in Bolton with a U, but that's without a U, and it is actually Horton. There's an interesting story there, actually, Keith, because I don't know if you've heard of a joint of beef called sirloin.
Yes, I have.
Well, there's a place at Horton called Horton Tower, and King James I went there for a banquet, and he had this massive extravaganza which almost bankrupted the family. But he was so pleased with the beef there that he knighted it, and it was just loin, and it became sirloin. So that's next time you have a piece of sirloin. Isn't that nice?
Where's rump come from, then?
I'm not telling you.
Yeah, you've got a busy morning, so have I. I'll leave you to go and sort out things that you've got to do. We've all been trying something silly here this morning. Go try and hold your nose and hum. Go on. It's impossible. You can try that one at home. Right, a little while ago, Mike ran a competition because he got a jukebox out of his house and he said to you out there, you can have it. Nominate a school or a good place that he could go to. Somebody who could usefully put it into use somewhere. And Jane Redfern wrote in, this is the real reason we're in Blackburn today, because she sent in the winning letter and says, Dear Mike, I'm writing having just watched your programme. I'd like to tell you a little bit about the club which I'm a member of. It's called the Blackburn and Darwin Club for the Blind. We meet once a month and have a great time playing games and chatting to each other, but the one thing that is missing is music. We have a radio which sadly doesn't work properly. Well, the jukebox works, and that's who it's going to, the Blackburn and Darwin Club for the Blind. And Jane is here this morning. Hello. And also your sister Kirsten. Hello. Hello. What, now, you've known for a couple of days that you received the jukebox. I mean, what did they all say at the club when they heard about it?
Everybody thinks it's just great.
Oh, smashing. I mean, what sort of music do you like to listen to then?
Oh, just something out the charts like Wham and Paul Young.
So you like that sort of music?
Yeah.
Yeah, where will you put it when you get it back to the school then?
We're going to put it in the room where we have our club meetings.
So does this mean that you're going to make a lot of noise and annoy the neighbours?
Yeah.
How long have you been going there then?
About 2 or 3 years.
Right, and I know there's a lot of people at the school that you'd like to say, or the club you'd like to say hello to. So,
yeah.
Jane, it's all yours. Go on, let rip and tell them all where we are.
I'd just like to say hello to all my friends at school. I'd like to say hello to the teachers, including Miss Lee and Miss Lathwaite, and I'd just like to say hello to all the girls there, especially Form 3, including Karen, Joy, Nicola, Soraya, Elizabeth, Angela, Amber, and anyone else who knows me.
The famous anyone else who knows me. And you've got a special machine here so people can actually use the jukebox more usefully. What is it?
Yeah, it's a Dymo tape, and you can put braille on it so that it can stick to the thing and you can read the numbers.
All right, well, it's full of records, so it's all yours. Thanks for coming down here this morning. We're going to play a bit of music, especially for you and Mo, because Russell's got something very special coming up, haven't you? What do you got?
Yeah, it's yet more dancing, actually, but not northern dancing this time. It's a bit of disco dancing if you fancy keeping fit. My dancing is absolutely atrocious, I must say this, so I won't be joining in. But behind me, I have the Dazzle disco dancers. They're from Boulderstone School in Rochdale. They're a sort of school team, and they do demonstrations, really, for old people. But what they've done is they've choreographed their own routine, specially for Superstore, and they're going to dance for us now. Keith, have you got a record on the jukebox?
I certainly have. Do you fancy a bit of hot chocolate?
Yeah, great.
All right, I'm going to move round to the buttons
Okay.
here. Let's press that one, and let's press that one. Hot chocolate! And I gave you my heart. Here's Dazzle.
Darling, what do you take me for? Some kind of fool who believes begging on my knees is gonna bring you back. I know that's not a fact, darling. Something inside of me tells me that you made up your mind. Nothing I could find, nothing I could do could influence you. I gave you my heart, I gave you my soul. Didn't I, didn't I? I gave you my heart, I gave you my heart. Didn't I do it? Darling, guess I need a love that will last. Yes, I need a girl I can trust. Honesty's a must. Searching, searching, love's always hurting, darling. So you've got it all come dry. Give me just a minute of your time before you throw the line. Tell me, give me a little sign, girl. I gave you my heart, I gave you my soul. Didn't I, didn't I? I gave you my heart, I gave you my heart. Didn't I do it? Hey, she was a jinx, yeah, she was a voodoo queen. If you were me, tell me what would you do, babe? Darling, I should have known it wouldn't last. Yes, I should have known it from the past. You're gonna leave it fast. Using, love's always losing, darling. So you've got it all come dry. Give me just a minute of your time before you throw the line. Tell me, give me a little sign, girl. I gave you my heart, I gave you my soul. Didn't I, didn't I? I gave you my heart, I gave you my heart. Didn't I do it?
Hey! Smashing! Thank you very much to Dazzle. Look at the state of you. You're all wet and sopping, aren't you? Well done, ladies. They've all brought their records along this morning, Errol, for you to sign. So if you don't mind doing that for us. Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, very,
How are you feeling now?
very cold.
Wet and mucky, I presume. All right, that's all for us for a little while here in Blackburn. Are you enjoying yourself this morning?
Great,
We've got a... Look at my arm, look at my arm! I'm in pain, aren't I? Hey, I'm a lion! Yeah, it's true. The reason being is because with us this morning, we got the members of the St John's. They're with us every week when we go away. But luckily, we've never had an emergency. But if we had, I'm sure we'd be in capable hands because Jenny Eves is here this morning. Good morning, Jenny.
Hello.
How's it look? I've messed it about a bit, haven't I?
have.
How should it look then?
You should have your arm in there
Right.
and tucked in and look nice and neat and tidy.
I've got you. Well, you not only look after us, but you go to a lot of other things as well, don't you?
Yes, we do anything from football matches, carnivals, welfare work.
So what type
Anything.
of emergencies are you there to cope with?
Well, it varies what we're asked to do. At football grounds, obviously, we look after the crowd. At carnivals, we end up looking after the horses, sometimes at the gymkhanas.
Do people often cause these problems when they sort of hurt themselves in a way? Should they be a lot more sensible about things and just keep an eye on?
I think we could all do to be a bit more sensible about safety, couldn't we?
Right, well, we've got a few people in pain down here this morning. There's not only me with my arm, but we've got this lady here. Hello.
Hello.
She's going to do a bit of acting for us. What's your name?
Sharon.
Go on, Sharon. Cry in pain. What happened to you?
I tripped up and cut my hand on some glass.
Right, so what's your name?
Heidi.
Heidi. How would you cope with this then?
Control the bleeding and grassicize the wound, stop it.
Right.
Just put a dressing on.
Let's have a look at that.
Sorry.
And then she'd be all right, would she?
Can you put your hand into a fist and hold that? That's it.
Right. I can assure you it's not a proper wound. It's all special effects. It's all a little bit of acting here this morning. How much training do people have to have before they actually go out and do some work then?
Well, they take a course in the essentials of first aid, and then when they join, they end up doing things like nursing, and then we move on to other things like mountaineering and needlework.
Oh, you actually go away. Let's move on, because we've got another chap here who's got something wrong with him as well. What's your name?
Brett.
Brett, are you in pain, Brett?
Yeah.
Hey, what happened to you?
Fell off my back and tried to save myself.
You're lying. He's doing a bit of acting. He's doing a grand job here this morning. So, I mean, this is another example of what you do, is it?
Yeah, this is quite a common injury in the ice and snow. This young man's fractured his collarbone. So if you fall on your outstretched hand, it's quite a surprise to some people that you break a bone far away from where
That's
you actually
right. It seems
fall.
in the wrong place, doesn't
Yeah.
it? What are your names?
Carl Anthony.
And
Gillian.
Gillian. What do you like about being in the St John's then?
All the camps we go on.
Right. And what sort of places do you get to travel to?
Lake District, don't we?
Yeah, we went to Yorkshire last year.
Right. So there's a lot of socialising.
Yeah.
There. Great. So I used to be in the St John's, you know. Just revealed a little secret there. Let's move on to somebody else. Had a lovely time. I didn't learn much, you know. I used to create the accidents and they used to fix them. What's your name?
Samantha.
It looks as though you're carrying your Paddington Bear in here. Go on, give us a moan of agony. Very good. What happened to you?
I broke my arm.
Right. Now this is quite common, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what sort of things do you enjoy about the St John's?
Oh, you get to go out, on activities.
Right. So what sort of events do you normally go to?
Well, we've been to horse racing and I've been to a football match at Burnley.
So you do get about a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks very much for being with us. Thanks to you as well. Is my sling still looking all right?
Oh, it's a bit tattered.
All right, she'll fiddle with it. In the meantime, well, this man might get a broken arm. Just look at what he's doing. Russell, what have you got there?
Well, I'm not behind bars yet, Keith, actually, but if somebody told you to get on your bike around the 1800s, you wouldn't get on your 12-speed racer. You'd be getting on one of these, because one of these is, as I'm sure you recognise, a penny farthing. And believe it or not, you can still buy one of these today. And the man who makes them is Michael Daly from a firm near Blackburn. Good morning, Michael. Hello. Nice of you to come along. First of all, the thing that strikes you about a penny farthing is the size of the front wheel. Just how big is it?
Well, this one's 50 inches in diameter, and I suppose in the 1880s they went up to 60 inches, even more.
And how big's the back wheel? Because that's just a tiny little
Yes,
thing, isn't it?
they were regarded, the smaller they were, the better really. They were regarded as more elegant, the bigger the front and the smaller the back. Yeah.
It looks an astoundingly uncomfortable bike to ride. It's got solid rubber tyres, hasn't it, for a start?
Yes, it has. Yes, there were a few in the 1880s with pneumatics, but this one, they were generally fitted with solid tyres. And they're actually, because the saddle sprung, not quite as bad as they look.
Oh, the saddle is actually... Oh, I
Yes,
see, yes, there is
that's
some
right.
sort of give in there.
Yes.
The handlebars, again, are a rather strange-looking sort of contraption, aren't they? It must have been incredibly difficult to sit on it.
Well, again, it's once you're up there, it's really surprisingly good, actually, yes, and you get a wonderful view apart from anything else.
I suppose you can see quite nicely over the country hedges and
If
things.
you're a nosy sort of person, they're a wonderful machine, yes.
And the thing about them is, there's no chain on it, is there? On a normal bike, you've got a chain going to the back wheel. Here, the pedals are just on the front, aren't they?
Yes, that's right, and that's also acts as a brake, of course, but it also means the things are totally silent, so you creep along the place and...
Nobody knows you're coming.
That's right.
Hey, now come on, don't you not talk? You're going to have a go at one of these.
I don't think so, actually. Are you forcing me to have a go?
Yeah, come on, I want to go. There's a little one down here.
Oh,
Look at this.
no,
Do you
I've got
mind
my
if I
wellies
borrow
on,
it from
Keith.
you for a row? Right. I've never had a go on a penny farthing before. Hold on, here we go. Hey, look at that! Hey! What do you think of it so far? Rubbish! I think chicken rice. Oh, I made a wish then. Right, that's all from us. We shall be back here in Blackburn in a moment. Are you going to attempt it?
What? No, no.
You're chickening out on us, Russell. That's all from us. If you want to join us this morning, we're in Queen's Park. We've got penny farthings. Lots going on here this morning. From Blackburn, we travel, well, nearly 210 miles back to London. Cheers, Mike.
Cheers, Keith. It's more Whiteburn this morning. What a big crowd.
Back to a very snowbound Blackburn today. We really are with snow. The mist is like pea soup today. And actually the pond is frozen over as well, which is a bit of a shame, really, because we've got some superb model boats down here. If it hadn't have been frozen, we'd have had them out on the water. But no fear at all, because Chris Rigby's here this morning, who's the man who's in charge of this lot. We've got some other things out here, haven't we?
Yeah, radio control buggies that the kids are driving around at the moment.
So what type can we see down here? This one's superb.
That's four-wheel drive with a gearbox, and it's all radio control. It changes gear and everything.
They're all in kit form, aren't they?
Yeah, they're kit form. Some people make their own from bits and, you know, have a go, but
Right,
they usually make them from kit.
Doesn't sound too easy to me.
No, these kids are clever, but no, anyone can do it. The little red one, it's the first one Russell's ever built, and he's had no problem building it. He's built model boats and things.
Are they quite expensive, then?
Not terribly expensive. That one's fairly expensive, the four-wheel drive.
Yeah, which is just knocked over the boat. And it done half move on the snow, doesn't it? Poor old Malcolm there, setting it back. Malcolm, come over here. That is your yacht, of course, isn't it?
Yes, one of several of mine here.
Well, you've bought quite a few. You've got more than anybody here today,
Well,
haven't
they've
you?
been built up over the years. You know, it takes time.
How long have you had an interest in model making?
Since my sons were about 5 years old, the eldest one, so 16 years.
Do they now take an interest?
They take an interest.
Right. Now,
yes,
you built
yeah.
this one down here, if people can see it. It's just that one there.
Well, the canal barge shows what you can do because it's an old kitchen shelf. And odd bits of plywood and anything else I could scrounge. So the total cost was about £3, including the glue and paint.
And the little fella on the back
the
does
little
something.
fellow,
Watch it.
yes.
Just have a look at him.
He does steer it through the water, but unfortunately we can't get on the lake this morning.
He's doing quite well in the snow, though.
He's
isn't
doing
he?
very well, I reckon. Yes, better than some of these cars.
Well, let me bring Don forward, because Don, you're into custom and excise, aren't you?
That's right, yes.
And you've brought your job into your model making, haven't you?
Yes, I just made this one from a kid
Which is
and
this one
adapted
down here?
it to look like one of our customs launches.
Oh, this is really superb. How much work has gone into this one down here, then?
About 6 months in time.
Right. Lovely. Well, Chris, you can follow me over here, because we really have got something special this way. Chris put it together. Look at the size of this plane down here. Even the crowd enjoy it as well. Was this in kit form?
Well, it's a twice-size kit that we scaled up from a model kit. We made it for a long-distance flight.
Yes, because it did do something special a while ago.
Well, we built it last summer. It was a friend of mine who had the idea. He did a long-distance flight from Preston to Blackpool for charity. So we said, well, we'll fly it from Preston to Southport for charity. We flew it all the way from the back of a pickup truck. About 3/4 of a mile from the end, the engine stopped and we landed on a tree.
Oh, what a shame. But we can see it in the air at the moment there. How easy is it to fly?
It's not bad at all. It's just like its smaller counterpart.
Is it quite similar to flying it to the real thing?
No, because it turns around and comes back towards you. The real ones don't.
Have you ever had any problems with crashing or what have you?
The odd one or two, you know. Everyone has a problem occasionally.
Now, do you need a licence to fly this type of thing? Because it is pretty large, isn't it?
With this one, they have to get a civil aviation exemption certificate because it's over the weight limit. The weight limit's, I don't know, it's about £15.
And how much is this weigh?
£45.
Let me just have a... It is quite heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
well,
got
Chris,
44cc on the front, which weighs quite a bit.
well, thanks to everybody at the Fleetwood Model Club, and thanks to yourself for bringing them all down. Lovely. See this down here? It's not a model, it's the real thing. My football capabilities. Are you ready for this, Russell?
Yep,
right, watch out the crowd behind. Way!
Do you think I'll make the goalie for Blackburn Rovers?
Hey?
Do you think I'll make the goalie for Blackburn Rovers?
You could play for Manchester United, though.
Well, I don't know about you, Keith, actually, but I really haven't claimed to be very good at football at all. But with us now, we do have a group of people who really can rightly claim to be very good. They're a group of lads, 7 of them. They're called the Bolton Jugglers, and they're assembled from schools all over the area. They're very good at football, and they do exhibitions. And with me now is the leader of the team, who's Gordon Williams. Good morning, Gordon. Good morning, Russell. Now, the lads are all members of a scheme which is called the, what?
Football Association Coca-Cola Super Skills team. And they join the Super Skills team, go through basically every aspect of football training. Heading, kicking, dribbling, everything to do with football in general. When they reach this stage of Gold Award, they then join what is known as the Football Association's Singles competition, which culminates in one of the boys going to Wembley Stadium to do his routine at Wembley Stadium.
Yeah. Just looking at the routine in detail, Gordon, what are they doing and what's the idea of it?
What they're doing is knee exercises, chest exercises, and what we call the aeroplane, which you'll see young Kevin do in a moment. What they do is they've got to do all the body touches. They have 16 body surfaces to go for, and they have to keep the ball up for 1 minute. And in these conditions, it's rather hard. So they've got to keep the ball up for 1 minute using 16 body surfaces. Pick it up, Gareth. They've got to use 16 body surfaces, and then the judges look for minutes, seconds, multiplied by the number of body surfaces they use.
It's a national competition, isn't it, Gordon? There are many people, I'm sure, who are interested in football and would like to better themselves. How can you get involved in the Super Skills competition? Or
Mainly
ski?
the Bolton Metropolitan Borough that I work for advertise for the boys between 7 and 16 years old to come in and try the skills. Once they've got in there, they go for the Gold Award. So your answer to that one is, any Metropolitan Borough, all they have to do is get in touch with the FA. They will give them the stuff to send them the stuff for the Super Skills, and get along to your local sports centre or even your schools and join the scheme. And once they've got to this standard, they will then come to me at Kersley Sports Centre and join the singles competition.
Well, here's somebody who I don't know if he can get in the Super Skills or not, Keith.
I don't think I could do it. Oh, wait, do you mind?
Oh, dear.
Hey, Errol, you're only good at all this stuff.
I was good, but I started to drink. So.
Give him a ball. Give him a ball to play with. Come here, come here. There you are, Errol. Go on, you have a go at that one. Whoa! In the meantime... They were all hoping for that. In the meantime, I shall give you a little fanfare. Because right now, it's time for musical telegrams with a bit of music called Ron. Lovely. Hello to the Thompson twins, by the way. One of my favourite records, Doctor. Hey, very quickly, can I just say hello to a friend of mine, Dominic, who's in Bristol at the moment. Good morning. Get better soon. Congratulations. Right, I'll tell you what, very quickly, have we got anybody here that can do any sort of sound effects? Now, there's a good reason for this. What can you do? What's your name?
Darren.
Go on, give us some sound effect. Do a train or something. Very good, right. What's your name?
Debbie.
What can you do?
Pig.
Go on, do as a pig. Oh, brilliant. Give us another one. Quick burst, great.
I can do a pig as well.
Go on then. Smashing. Well, we got the guy who can really do him a lot better than that. I'm not knocking them because he's smashing. Simon Entwistle, come over here. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
How many sound effects do you do in all?
About 80 altogether.
That's quite a lot, isn't it? Well, I'm going to put you to the test this morning.
Right,
because I've
okay.
written a little story here, so you grab hold of the microphone, and I want you to put the sound effects to this story.
Right.
Here we go. Story about John Craven, this. It was a wet and windy day as John Craven wandered along the old Brighton seafront. He could hear the sea lapping away, but in the distance he could hear workmen cutting down an old tree in Victoria Park. It was a chainsaw. The end of another summer for John. The last diesel train had already left. He hardly listened as an ambulance sped by. And he could also hear the sound of American police cars. But what was more on his mind that tomorrow, once again, it was his regular visit to the dentist. The sound of the drill was what he feared more than any man. At times like these, he would sit back and think, oh, remember those days during the war on HMS Superstore, the submarine, the danger and excitement of it all. Dive, dive, dive as the Claxton blew. Would he be rammed by the QE2 on the way out of the harbour? Or blown out of the water by an enemy warplane? That is smashing. A nice round of applause for Simon. Let's hear it. Thank you very much. That is great. All right, we move on to competition time. Yes, it's quick off the mark, where we ask 4 questions on general knowledge. If they get 4 right, they get a Superstore bag of goodies to go home with. If they get 1 wrong, they're out. Have you got the hooter ready, Errol? Ooh, are you going to be a tough or an easy or gentle judge?
I'll be very gentle.
Oh, good lad. The first contestant up on the stage, please. What's your name?
Marcus Allen.
OK, your 4 questions start now. How many people are in the group Bucks Fizz?
4.
Correct. What's the capital of Great Britain?
London.
Name 4 garden birds.
swallow, robin,
Yeah.
pigeon, and harrow.
Right, name one of the presenters off Blue Peter.
Peter Cedar Green.
Yay! Well, she was on it, so I'll give you that. Give him a Superstore star carrier bag to go home with. Well done, thanks very much for being with us. The next contestant, here we go. What's the name of Simon Groom's dog?
Goldie.
Yeah, correct. Who had a song in the charts called Victims?
Culture Club.
Yeah. Where does Margaret Thatcher live?
10 Downing Street.
Name two countries, or two counties in Lancashire. In the country, like Lancashire.
Manchester.
Oh, you can have it. I'm in a good mood. Well done. What was your name, by the way?
Bob.
Nice to see you there, Bob. One more quick one before we go. Okay, you ready for this? Which group had a hit with Rio?
Duran Duran.
They're all helping you out there. Right, where does the Pope live?
Rome.
Yes. Name 4 trees.
Elm, birch, and...
Come on.
Elm.
Yes. What colour's the Pink Panther?
Pink.
Well done. He gets a Superstore star carrier bag. There we go. Give him a round of applause. Let's hear it for him. All right, can we get in one more quick one? If I can get the questions out, we will. What's your name?
Samantha.
All right, Samantha, add 13 and 7.
20.
Name 3 colours beginning with B.
Blue, black, burgundy.
All right, which group is Errol Brown the lead singer of?
Hot chocolate.
Correct. Name 3 English counties beginning with the letter S.
Southport, Stockport, Surrey.
I can't shall I let her away? Shall I give it to her? I shouldn't, you know, but I'll tell you what, yes, give her a Superstore star carrier bag. There we go. Lovely. Give her a round of applause as well. Thanks for being with us. Have you enjoyed yourself today?
Everyone's a winner, great.
Oh, they've been a smashing lot. What plans have you got for the future? I know you got the record.
Well, future's now to go home and sleep, yeah.
Has it been a tired week then?
It's been a very tired week, but this was very nice.
Oh.
Very cold, but very nice.
Errol, thanks very much for being with us.
It's been a pleasure.
Fancy a bit of music?
Yeah.
All right, this is the brand new one. Love this one. Van Halen, a song called Jump. Here it comes. Like this. Helen and Jump, that's a brand new one. Well, that's all from us in Blackburn. We've had a smashing time here today. Just a few very quick thank yous before we go. Thanks very much to Blackburn Council. They've been so helpful in arranging everything for us today, and that's the reason we're here. And also, can I just say thank you to all the crew we've had here today. They've been a smashing outside broadcast units. Do you know what? That yesterday they were pushing things up hills and making sure that we get pictures out of a snowbound Blackburn. So a very big thank you to our engineers, our riggers and our camera crew and everybody. Errol, before we go, we've got to give us a quick flash to the head.
A quick flash.
Flash, quick flash.
There we are.
Look at that.
And, Keith, I have a little present I brought for you.
For me?
Yeah, I hope you appreciate it.
What is it? Oh, look at that, a lolly ice on a cold day. Not bad as well.
Who wants this, baby? Yeah, oh, thank you very
Have
much.
you enjoyed it?
Fantastic, Keith.
Thanks to
nice
Russell,
meeting
thanks to everybody here. That's all from us. We'll see you next week, won't we? Without a doubt.
Okay,
Hey, see you, mate.
Okay. Cheers, Keith. Cheers, Russell. The only reason Errol has his hair cut like that is so the snow doesn't settle on it, you know. It's true. Look, a lot of fun up there today, so thanks to everyone who turned up in the cold. We also say thank you to our team today. Mark, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You want to say a quick goodbye to anybody?
Yep. Hi, Debbie, and hi, Kate and Matthew.
Okay, and Joe?
Oh, hello, Amanda.
Okay, Cindy?
Oh, hi, Jamie. Hi, all my new friends. I mean, Aya in Manchester.
Okay, not the whole world. Alana?
Hello, Daisy.
And Tom?
Hello, Helen Wilkinson.
Great. Thanks a lot for coming in. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be serving the tea in a minute. Well, John will be serving a tea in a minute.
That's sort of clean and
It's
tidy.
fantastic.
You've been tidying away.
Yeah. David Attenborough's on next week. Also Midge Yore from Ultravox, Martin Fry from ABC. And behind the scenes, making a new TV drama serial, Moonfleet, and Heat 3 of the Talent Contest.
Yes, and I'm going to be meeting some children who are running for Britain to raise money for our Olympic team.
Well, I hope they get here.
Yep.
We'll see you next week on the Superstore. Bye-bye.
Bye.